House of Agendas, we are back. Week 2 of the NFL season is behind us. WNBA players are going off right now. Week 3 starts tomorrow. Doug, how are you?
Doing all right. I've in terms of fandom, I've been a lot better. It's been a pretty rough weekend slash Monday, but overall, WNBA playoffs have been pretty solid. Some good games, especially last night. The Liberty in the
Yes.
Mystics was a really good game down the
Very,
wire.
very stressful.
Um, I think Sabrina's lack of clutch gene really hurts the Liberty going forward. I when the announcer says a 90% free throw shooter goes to the line and bricks both of them with the game on the in a 2-point game, that's nerve wracking.
Honestly, I knew she was gonna miss one just because it just happens to New York sports. But when that second one rattled out, I panicked for like 1 second because John Cole got the rebound. But I was like, bro, it has to be just New York.
Yeah, no. Luckily, John Cole Jones is a monster. So, but other than that, I mean, just watching a lot of football, a lot of college football right now. Anything going on for you personally?
Not really, not crazy. The streets want to know, why did you leave the group chat?
Some people that are in our group chat aren't good for your mental health, and especially with what happened to Nick Chubb, it just wasn't a good night for that kind of thing. So I just needed to take a break. I'm willing to come back at any time. I just could not. I couldn't handle it that night and yesterday. I couldn't handle it, so I had to leave for at least a day and a half because I was in not a great place when Nick Chubb got hurt.
Damn.
So that was the main issue. So yeah, that's why I left. But I'm definitely willing to come back now.
Well, before we get into the Browns and the Jets, we could just talk about the other week 2 games. Any games that you had your eye on that stood out to you besides our teams?
I mean, to be honest, the Falcons and the Packers had a really good game. Came down to the wire. Late field goal, game-winning drive by Desmond Ridder. Didn't expect that. Falcons are low-key a very competitive and solid team, and I think the Packers are pretty good themselves. I don't think they're win a playoff game good, either one, but I think they're very competitive teams. And I also wanted to shout out the Seahawks battling back against the Lions and pulling out a win.
Right.
Geno Smith looked more like last year's Geno Smith than he did week 1. So I would say those two games definitely caught my eye. What about you?
What caught my eye the most was the Chiefs Jags. Now, I didn't watch that one. The one I was actually watching was the Ravens, but the Chiefs Jags, I just expected that to be a lot more high scoring.
Yeah.
And granted, I know he did it last year with not superstar big name receivers, but that offense just looks like they're struggling right now. And then
they're not.
Yeah, outside of Kelsey, there's really no wide receiver 1, not even honestly a wide receiver 2. So that caught me off guard the most. And then besides that, I guess just the ineptitude of the Bengals right now. Granted, I do think the Ravens good. How I feel about the Ravens, but I don't think they're walking to Cincinnati and basically control the game good.
Yeah, that was not another bad performance from the Bengals. Joe Burrow just seems to be kind of a step slow. I understand he's hurt, but dude, this is after game 1, he threw for 83 yards. I mean, he kind of played better against the Ravens, but I wouldn't say it until what was it, the third quarter? It wasn't like he was playing well at all. They started 0-2, and that's a team that a lot of people expect to play, probably in the playoffs. I mean, so the second quarter, third quarter is when he kind of picked it up, but I would be worried if I was a Bengals fan for sure.
Yeah, especially because there's some talk that he might miss a few weeks, and we're going to talk about it later, obviously. But they had the Rams on Monday night. The Rams been sneaky good. If they get up to 0-3, the playoffs is done.
Yeah, no, that's definitely if they lose the Rams, which is very possible the way their defense is playing. Their defense has not been remotely good.
Yeah,
I mean the Rams passing attack is going to probably get going against them. I would look out if I was the Bengals at 0-3. That would be really rough for a franchise that's looking to make another playoff run.
Yep.
Any other games jump out at you?
Let me see. The honestly the Commanders game.
Washington.
Just
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't. That was just like the wildest game ever. Like the Commanders went from getting punched to up 11 with 4 to go till that was a crazy. That was a Madden non-call on that 2 point conversion.
Yeah, that was
That was a
rough.
Madden non-call. So yeah, that game it was just a lot of ups and downs. So yeah, that's something that like I kept at the bottom of the ticker. Then that was a real interesting game. The
Um,
Giants the Giants rallying back after their season started losing 60-0. I guess that was cool.
so I think it's pretty rough when like the Cardinals had to stop playing football just for the Giants to come back. Like
Yeah.
they don't want to win so bad that they just stop playing football in the second half because Josh Dobbs was really good in the first half. He just like they're like the coach is like giving him the signal like we're actually trying to lose here and but yeah the Giants suck, man. They're not good,
Yeah.
and then they lose Saquon Barkley on top of that. Yeah, not good.
And
I was
I
going to
know
ask you, since your bias usually shows in one way, but it doesn't ever show, when the energy is different. Are you going to give Josh Allen any credit for playing damn near perfect football?
he they he won a must-win game at home. I'm
A
versus the
must
Raiders.
win.
Yeah, the playoffs are spooky. They lost that one. So they won a must-win game at home when Jimmy G just was flinging turnovers. So congrats, I guess.
Okay, that's
How
fair.
how you feel about Baker? And
I'm happy for the guy. Like it's great, good for him. Like I'm not against the guy playing good football, but he never played consistently good football outside of one season for the Browns, and it just was time to move on. And we'll talk about what's gone on since then more with Cleveland, but like he's playing good football. He's got two good receivers. He's he's attacking Mike Evans with the ball. Like he's doing the right thing. Rashad White is running the ball well. I think they're low key a solid team. They're probably the second best team in that division. It's unfortunate that they play the Eagles Monday night, but like
yeah,
overall I think they're a good
now
solid just solid football team. I don't think there's really that much to it, and I'm happy for the guy. I
mhm.
don't want him to
now
just suck.
now this next guy, probably watched a lot because you're avid Ohio State fan. Is Justin Fields this bad, or is it
They're
just a
drafting a
team?
quarterback early next season.
Oh, so you
He's
think
he's not good.
you think he's just bad?
He can't see the field. He can't read at all.
Was he
If
like
it's
this at
not
Ohio State? Because I didn't watch none of him in college.
it's different in college because you don't have to read the field. If you're like at Ohio State, your number one receiver is usually open. So you have
Yeah.
your look, you take your 3 steps and you're getting the ball out. Like until you play somebody really good, and then he was good enough with his legs where it didn't matter. So
Hmm.
it's just not the same. And clearly he stares down receivers. It's really, really bad. And his comment about coaching,
Yeah, he
like
said look
being
like we're
part of the
playing
issue, bro,
robotic.
you just had issues with the last coaching staff, and then you got a new one, and now you still have problems. Like I
Yeah,
just
I
don't
don't.
think he's very good. I don't
Yeah,
think he sees the field.
some of the clips and like some of like the few drives of them I do watch, it's just like, bro, I'm not.
Just staring
Yeah, I'm
down the
not
field.
telling you to just take off and run every play. And granted, you probably do want to work on your pocket passing and like your presence, but yeah, some of the film was
He's
just
got none of
bad.
it. It's unfortunate because I liked him at Ohio State, but he's got no presence. Um, Let me ask you this before we're going to get into Browns and Jets,
Yeah.
obviously next, to kick off Browns and Jets. I mean, it sucks for you guys because you guys have such a good defense. Did we get an update on Garrett Wilson? Is he going to play?
Yeah, I don't see
He's
no
fine.
signs. Yeah,
He was
I don't see
fine.
no signs saying he's out.
Okay. Do you want the front office to make a move? Because
Man,
you're Zach Wilson's just so bad that it's hard to watch.
as much as like I want to make a move, I don't know how much it would have helped. Okay, obviously it would have helped, but some plays like our offensive line just breaks down instantly. And Zach, to his credit, he is mobile. If we have like I see some people saying like a a Winston or like a Kirk. Them back there, they're not evading half of those sacks. So yes, we do need to move because like there are some plays where like Zach, do you like not see that edge rusher? Maybe you should slide protection. Zach, like that read was open, and it just doesn't happen. But I don't know. We're in a very tough spot because we do need his mobility to get rid of some of the sacks. But like when the play is clean and like when passes need to be made, he doesn't do it.
I mean, I know Dallas is really good. But 12 of 27 for 170 yards, 44 completion percentage with 3 picks
Yeah.
in a game that really wasn't that out of
It
control.
was like a one possession. The final score looked bad up until like 4 minutes left in the third quarter. It was like a touchdown field goal game. Like we were in the game.
Yeah, I mean, in
It
the second quarter, you guys got it to going into halftime. It was 18-10.
Mm-hmm.
It was 18-10 going into half.
Bro, it
And
was
all they did the rest of the
man.
game was kick field goals.
It was 10-0. We hit like a play action Garrett Wilson on the crosser. He ran it like 60 yards. Like
Yep.
2 plays after that, Sauce dropped the pick 6. That game would have been so we would have been up. We could have been up with all the momentum, and it's just and I know like it's Salah's thing because like he came from the Niners, where I guess over there since they had like Warner, Bosa, and like an elite D line and like an elite linebacker corps, they played a ton of zone. And I'm not even saying Sauce is Deion Sanders. You gotta let the man move. Like it irks me when we just rush forward, sit back in the zone, and get picked apart. We have
Right.
DJ Reed, Amos, Whitehead, Sauce. We have a great secondary, Mosley, Quincy Williams. We gotta sprinkle in some more man than what we play, man.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Sauce should be trailing the number one receiver on every team,
Mm-hmm.
and then obviously DJ Reed's good enough to guard the number 2. I
The,
mean, it's just
the
yeah.
thing about a soft zone is if the pass rush doesn't get there quickly, that zone is getting baked.
I mean, and that's what I really liked about Cleveland's defense this year is we're playing a lot more man. We're manning up. We're letting our corners guard, and they're showing that they can do it at a relatively high level. I mean, obviously you're gonna get burned every now and then. That's just football. Like it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, Sauce got beat by some tight end nobody's ever heard of for a touchdown.
That wasn't his responsibility. He was in the hard flat. The other guy was in that whatever you call the yellow zone mat in the hook curl. That wasn't also.
Yellow zone Madden.
And it's just, I swear, for like the past 15 years of my Jets life, it's just been, our defense is keeping us in the game. If only, like, we didn't make getting a first down seem like the hardest thing in the world. Maybe we could compete. Bro, I swear, like, watching us try to get a first down is just, it's a journey. It's a journey.
I feel that in my soul after Monday night.
And I like our offense is just so imaginative. Like you turn on like the Chiefs or the 49ers, like it's a bunch of motion, pre-snap reads, a bunch of stuff that makes offense look easy. Our offense just looks so archaic.
What was going on with your guys running the ball?
Oh, we decided
Brees ran it 4 times, Carter ran it twice, Dalvin ran it 4 times. What I mean, Zach ran 5 times out of necessity, but why did you guys not establish the run? It wasn't a blowout until
we decided
after
that we're just gonna keep running to the left, even though most of our running success comes with the big guys on the right side.
But even 4 times doesn't determine if you are being successful or not. Like that's not even enough to know if you could wear them down.
And it makes the play actions. They're not going to bite on the play actions. If we ran 4 times the whole game, like it's just.
I didn't love the play calling from you guys on that game. That was just I don't know. It feels like you guys kind of rolled over for the Cowboys when you didn't really need to.
They're stacking the box. There's like 7-8 people above the sticks. No deep shots. We took one when the game was basically out of hand. Nicole caught his first pass of the year. He's our fast receiver. Use him on some jet sweeps. Like I don't know, man. I'm not in the room though. They don't pay me.
Yeah, no, I get you. Let's talk Browns and Steelers. I mean, okay, let me ask you, as you're not biased against the Browns. You just, I get it.
Yeah.
Do you think we're better than the Steelers?
Yeah, I 100% thought y'all were
Okay, so
going
I'm
to win
not
that game.
I'm not being super biased when I say we're better than the Steelers. Like we're just
Their only advantage, I guess, is wide receivers, and maybe you say they have the best player out of like Miles and TJ. But I think y'all easily the better roster.
okay. So do you, after you sat and watched the game, we should have won that game. Our offense gave them 14 points. Like
Yeah.
it's absurdly terrible how bad our offense was, and the amount of mistakes that Deshaun Watson made in that game was just astounding. Like
Mm-hmm.
the fumble for touchdown where our left tackle got just destroyed, but he's not protecting the ball in the pocket at all.
Yeah.
The pick six that wasn't really his fault that the tight end dropped into the guy's hand. 14 points right there. Their offense was terrible besides one Pickens long touchdown. Like it was
Yeah.
really bad.
I'm gonna let you continue, but I saw like a stat or heard a stat today. It said the Steelers won the fourth quarter with negative offensive yards.
But that's what I'm trying to. Our
What?
defense is insane right now. Pickens scored on a long touchdown, but everything else was our offense giving them points. We were so much better than they were that if Deshaun Watson played like an average human being, we win that game easily. Like I understand TJ Watts was the best player on the field, but we have the rest of the guys in between him and the next best Steeler, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
which is probably Hightower, their other
Yeah.
pass rusher. I mean, we still have a bunch of guys in between there that are better, and we just got beat. Like after Chubb got hurt, it was over. The offense looked terrible. Jerome Ford luckily bounced a couple runs and got
Yeah.
some good yardage, but everything else looked terrible. Deshaun Watson is not accurate with the football. He doesn't protect the ball. He had 3 personal foul penalties in the
Yeah.
game that hurt,
Like
just killed our drives.
two face masks for a quarterback is nuts.
Is insane. And he's lucky he didn't get thrown out of the game for pushing a referee. Like, I we'll get into it. I in my whole heart, we should be 2-0. We if we had just average quarterback play. If Jacoby Brissett starts that game last night, we win. We win that game easily. We're not worse than the Steelers ever. Like we're just better than they are right now.
Do you think there's a chance he gets benched, or y'all have way too much invested in him?
You can't bench somebody who's worth $250 million. Like you can't bench somebody that you guaranteed so much money to that it would be insanity. So there's no excuse for it not to be his football team right now. We lost our best player. We lost our most consistent player in Nick Chubb. His knee's destroyed. I unfortunately, he's my favorite player in the league. I literally love watching that guy play football. But there's a great chance he never plays football again after that. That's the second time that knee's been destroyed. Deshaun Watson, if we have to change the entire offense to be just Deshaun Watson passes, but if you're going to do that, you have to play better. Like you have to he hasn't even shown us that we should give him that faith yet. Like it's that bad. And now we went out and signed Kareem Hunt. You know what Kareem Hunt does well? He catches passes out of the backfield and he makes plays out of the backfield. That's like it at this point, we're so stuck that Deshaun Watson has to play well, or we're gonna lose a lot of football games this year, and we don't have a pick in the first round to go with it. So like this is the only option is Deshaun Watson to play well, or we're really fucked. Like at least with you guys didn't give up everything for Aaron Rodgers, and it's unfortunate that both our teams had season-affecting injuries in the first 2 weeks of the season.
I know.
Like an Achilles and a destroyed knee in the first 2 games. And Chubb was absolutely murdering them. He had
I think he was like 6 yards to carry, something like that.
He had 10 carries for 64 yards, 6.4 a carry. Like I just don't think people really understand how good Nick Chubb is as a runner.
Yeah.
And how much he sets up for everything the Browns try to do. So I'm like super just already dreading playing Tennessee this weekend because of our offense. I'm not even really worried about the defense. I think our defense is great. Now we do have injuries at corner right now, but the Tennessee's not great at throwing the ball, so I'm not too worried about them. But our offense, I'm so worried they're not going to score at all. It's really shitty.
Yeah, that feeling is the worst. Because it's just nasty to watch your team.
Oh,
Like
it's
I just man,
dude, that Monday night game was so hard to watch because everything was right there. It would have been so easy to win that game with average offense, average passing offense. That's what
like
hurts.
like if
Average passing
like
offense.
if we don't have like a great first down play, I'm like, oh yeah, it's time to punt. We're not gonna we're not gonna run and get third down.
You're looking for the punter to get warmed up on the
Yeah,
sideline, moving his leg.
it's just so tough. Like I don't understand like why we just make simple stuff look hard. I'm not asking for 28 a game, but there's no reason I should only cheer for like 4 plays a half. That's just it's bad.
I'm with you. Last week we did our first week with like we picked the games and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Your record was, let me see, we both got Philly. Let me see. My pen's not writing. We both got Philly. Um, what was the 4 o'clock game? Was it Kansas City and Jacksonville? Did we
No,
pick?
that's the 1 o'clock. The four we picked the 4 o'clock because wasn't just Dallas. Did we pick that?
No, yeah, we picked Jets and Dallas. I got Dallas
Oh
right.
yeah,
You ended up picking the Jets.
yeah,
Then we picked what, Miami, New England.
yeah.
We both took Miami, right?
Miami. Mm-hmm.
And then New Orleans. We both picked New Orleans, right? And
I
then did
believe
you
so.
end up picking the Pittsburgh? Or did you pick us?
That
I
I
thought you
don't
picked
remember.
us.
Yeah, no, I think
So we both
I might have went Tomlin for like his record, like so he don't go 0-2. But
okay.
I'm not
Then
100% sure.
we both got 4 wins last week. We both went 4-2. This week we're gonna do the primetime games again. Okay, you ready? Tomorrow night. This is an easy one for us both. We're
Yeah,
both taking San Francisco over the Giants. The
yeah.
Giants just aren't good, man. They've got to figure out something. They can't throw the ball at all. I don't know why they refuse to invest in a receiver, but they've made it very clear they're not going to give Daniel Jones a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anything else you got to add? Because I think San Francisco's probably the best team in the league right now.
I just it's about to get bad out there with no Saquon. If you're gonna have to drop Daniel Jones back 25, 30 times against that team, yeah, it might get ugly.
Yeah. So we're both going San Fran.
Yeah.
Next game on the agenda. What is it? The Pittsburgh versus Las Vegas. This is I kind of think this is an interesting game. I'm going to take the Raiders because fuck the Steelers. That's why.
Oh, man, that has potential for another ugly primetime game.
How did they get 2 primetime games in a row?
Yeah, that's nuts. But yeah, I think I'm gonna take the Raiders. The Steelers.
Really?
Yeah, the Steelers this year. Like I can't right now. You see their offense? I can't.
They're probably gonna their defense is probably gonna score 2 more touchdowns, and we're gonna look like idiots.
Yeah, I
This
just
is your last chance. Do you want to switch your pick? Because I know you're a Tomlin guy.
Pickett hasn't been good. Najee Harris isn't good. I
You
don't
want to switch your pick, don't you? But you're like looking for a reason to switch. TJ Watt's going to be the best player on the field. There's your reason.
Yeah, I loyalty to Mike Tomlin.
All right. I figured, I was like, dude, how are you? You got to pick the Steelers.
Kenny Pickett's about to sell me so bad.
God, I hope so. Dude, he's not. He's so average.
He's about to sell me.
2 Monday night games again, which I kind of liked, but the
Yeah.
games weren't great, which is, I think, like, if you look at people like complaining about 2 Monday night games, it's because the games weren't good.
Yeah.
Like, if we get 2 good football games, we're going to be happy. So, Philly versus Tampa Bay. I think we're both going Philly there.
Philly.
And then the second Monday night game, Rams versus Bengals. Do you think the Bengals get their first win?
No. With or without Burrow, I'm going to Rams. Rams have been a lot better than I expected.
I'm going to go Rams also because AFC North. That's why.
And granted,
and also,
I do think Jamar Chase is finally going to show up, but I still have the Rams.
Also, Kadeem was talking shit when Nick Chubb got hurt, so fuck him and fuck the Bengals. So So we got 4 primetime games this week. Oh no, let's do, and then we got to do our teams that we do those. Cleveland versus Tennessee. Who you taking?
Oh my god!
I get it, dude. I get it. If Deshaun Watson was even average, we would. It's an easy pick. If he's even average, he's not. But I will hate you if you pick the Titans. To be honest, so
I gotta go to Titans, man. They play a nasty old school brand of football, but they're somehow in games and they're always sneakily in the playoffs or in the hunt. I have to go with y'all until I can see Deshaun piece together like 2 good drives in a row.
I'm with you, but I have to pick my team. I don't think Tennessee has a better roster than we do. I don't think. But again, if Deshaun Watson doesn't play average, we're going to lose again. So I'm going to pick the Browns. What is it? New England at New York. I got to tell you, man, New England's defense is really good, and your offense is really bad. This could be like a 14-10 type game. But I believe New England gets 14 before you do. I'm going New England.
Oh man, last year we lost them one game. Zach said it was windy and he just flung 3 picks. Another game we lost by a game with a punt return. I think this is finally the year we get them. They beat us like 14, 15 times in a row. It has to happen eventually, man. And I think after that embarrassment that they put up versus the Cowboys coming home, kind of a semi must-win game because we got those Chiefs and Eagles coming up. I think we have to get this one.
All right, and you're going to Jets.
This is going to sound crazy. Zach didn't look that bad compared to his standards. Compared to how he usually looks, he didn't look that bad on Sunday. Hear me out.
He had 3 interceptions.
Okay, but he wasn't retreating 20 yards and spinning around edge rushers. So he looked better. Trust me.
Okay. Ouch. Like, it's pretty bad when you have to say that looked better than what. But like, okay,
it sounds crazy.
Yeah, I think I think if anything, it's gonna be like a low scoring game. New England like 17-10, maybe 14-10, something like that. So yeah, good luck to you guys. It sucks that you guys don't have your quarterback to make these things interesting.
I know you won your lock of the week last week because Daniel Jones came back. I forgot who my lock was.
Oh yeah, let's do lock of the week. Didn't you lock?
We had a lock in the upset. I know you definitely won your lock because you picked the Giants. I forgot who my lock was though.
I'm trying to think. Who was my upset though? Let me look real quick.
Because I know
didn't you pick the Raiders to upset the Bills?
I definitely did bring up the Jimmy G graphic. I definitely did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you picked the Raiders to beat the Bills.
Yeah, I definitely put up Chris Broussard's graphic.
No, you locked the Chiefs to beat the Jags.
I did. I wasted it on that. Oh, I'll take it. But yeah.
My lock of the week is going to be. I'm going to take the Dolphins over the Broncos. Lock it down. I'm getting it out of the way now. Lock.
Week 3.
Dolphins over. Yeah. Who's your lock going to be?
Pulling the schedule right now. Week 3 schedule. Lock of the week. This is going to be. I'm not going to waste it on the game tomorrow. That's just too obvious. Lock of the week. Ooh, just going to upset 2 of our friends. Minnesota over the Chargers.
As your lock?
I had. Is it a lot of Jefferson hype? Absolutely. But if they don't turn the ball over like 3-4 times a game, they're undefeated. I trust the Vikings. Is it also because I placed them to win the division and make the playoffs in a few bets? Yes. So I kind of need this? Yes. But I still believe in them.
Yikes. My upset of the week is going to be Buccaneers over Eagles.
You're
drugs, I know.
That's crazy.
Okay, who's your upset of the week then?
Upset of the week is looking like Houston over Jacksonville.
That's not. Come on.
Houston over Jacksonville. I haven't been overly impressed with the Jags, man. I just haven't. I don't see it. Obviously, they're a good team. I don't see it. Some people had the nerve to have them like a 13-12 win team. I do not see it. So yes, my upset of the week is the Texans over the Jags. In fact, I'll be looking at that spread right now because hopefully it's like 8 or 9, and I could finagle something with that.
Yeah, tell me the spread real quick.
Now, CJ Stroud, a lot of faith in you, buddy. All right, let me see. FanDuel has it at 8.5.
It's not okay. ESPN has it at 9.5. That's a massive upset.
I
like it. I like CJ Stroud. I think he's going to win Rookie of the Year, so I'm with you. But I don't think they win the game. But he's going to throw for a lot of yards.
Some people got Nuka winning it.
Who?
Nuka. Yeah, Nuka, whatever his name is.
Yeah, I mean he's played really well. Yeah.
Some people are saying Cup's a system receiver.
Oh man, that's shitty. That's so shitty.
Oh man.
Oh, that's tough. But maybe. All right, man. That's a lot of football. Let's get into our favorite sport, the WNBA.
Yeah.
Just a quick update for everybody. The Sun are up 15 at halftime. Looking like they're gonna go ahead and finish this one out.
Yeah, they got a date with the Liberty on Sunday. That's what it's looking like right now.
So the
Wings closed out.
We'll just go ahead and say the semifinals are set. Connecticut versus New York, Dallas versus Las Vegas. We both have New York and Vegas winning these rounds. But do you see any way an upset can happen in the semifinals?
Yeah, I could that Wings Aces series, man. Enrique on the wing, like when she
That's not who I would have picked to have the upset, but okay, go ahead.
We're not losing. We got our toughest series of the playoffs out the way. We're not losing. So yeah, I think with Enrique on that wing, man, Enrique and Gray, that's gonna be like an all-time wing duel. And then the Wings have like a lot of big bodies to throw at Asia. They have sadly she's not like a big man, but like she got some size to her. Then McCowan, Natasha Howard. That's going to be a series, man. I'm hyped for that one.
Okay, so I don't know if that's going to happen, but if I had to, I think Connecticut could give the Liberty a run. I mean, the two forwards for Connecticut could give Stewie some problems, but I do think the Liberty move on and play the Aces in the finals.
And I like that it's a best of 5 now, because yesterday, man, when the Liberty were down like 6 with 2 to go, the only thing in my head is, Friday night, our season can end. Oh my god!
Yeah, no, I'm glad they're changing that around.
It's 3-5-5. I still wish the finals was 7, like 3-5-7, but at least now I think like 2-3 years ago, the first round was still an elimination. Like when Liberty lost to the Mercury, I was like, bro, this is crazy. Like I've been watching y'all since May, and we lost by 1, and now the season's over.
Question: how surprised are you that it's been 8 years since the Liberty have been to the semifinals? Like, you guys weren't good, and you've had good players. Like, what were you thinking?
It was great, man. It was great because I just remember like when they do make the playoffs, it's like, damn, L, like, yeah. So like to be there when your team finally advances, that was something. And the Wizards and Jets have been sacrificed so they can succeed. Then again, the Wizards might win the playoff round this year. But that's for a podcast in about a month or so. We could WNBA right now. I gotta start early.
It's rough, man. I feel bad for you. When do they announce MVP? Because I feel like it's getting late. Like, are they going to give it to Stewie or what? Like, what are we doing here?
Hopefully, they announce it this week. Because like, what if like we lost in the first round? Like, was she going to accept it via Zoom? So like,
I don't get it. Like, even Asia, if Asia wins it, like, don't you want her to have it like in the playoffs in front of everybody?
Yeah, they're probably going to announce it soon, especially because the Liberty and the Aces both play at home on Sunday. So
that makes
yeah.
sense to give it to them Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. So yeah, I mean, semifinals pretty much locked unless the Lynx can make a really impressive comeback to beat Connecticut. So yeah, we got our Final Four in the WNBA.
Yeah.
Kenzie, you got anything else before we get out of here tonight, man?
Liberty, stop doubling off the best shooters on the court, please.
Dude, they were getting lit up last night by what's her name?
Oh yeah, yo, shout out to Natasha Cloud, man. You know, as a Natasha Cloud, as a dog myself, as because like you, I'm also the best defender whenever I step on the court. So for you to take the challenge and say, yo, I got Sabrina and just like full court press, face guard while still scoring, I saw a lot of your game in my game. And I respect that. Keep hooping. Liberty, we definitely got the matchup inside. Jonquel Jones, do you people forgetting you're an MVP? Sabrina didn't have it going last night. Courtney didn't really have it going last night. Good thing we still have 2 other MVPs on the roster. Stewie, Jonquel, thank you for holding down. Laney, glue the team. Thank you. We got this. 2 more rounds, y'all. 2 more rounds.
Yeah, no, I mean, Natasha Cloud had a great game. 33, 9, 6, 4 steals. She was insane last night.
Yeah. You go to like a lot more NBA games than I do. So like when somebody's in the zone, every time they have the ball, like the people next to you, you're just like, oh my God, what are they about to do?
Yeah, no, it's but she was just every big play they needed, she was there. Like it was really a great game for her. It's unfortunate that there's just a big talent discrepancy between those teams at this moment.
Yeah.
Like besides Natasha and besides Ellie Deladonna.
Besides Deladon and Cloud, not a lot of them like would start on our team and all that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, WNBA playoffs have been really fun. Kenzie, let's strap in for another rough weekend of football. A lot of more stress this weekend.
Over under. You think we're going to combine for 30 points?
Yeah, no, we're going to crush 30 points. We're going off this weekend.
I don't know, because if we get like 10 or 13, can you get like the other 17 for us?
Yeah, I think we can. Just because Watson's going to show up this weekend. But over under wins for us this weekend is at 0.5 for us combined. So man. I'm going to hammer the over, but I hope you guys take the loss and we get the win. If our teams had to have one loser, I would hope it would be you. All right, Kenzie. Well, that's been House of Agendas, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Find us on Twitter, find us on Instagram. We will talk to you guys next week. Yep. HOA out.